We should do a Jim Cornette story of the week, I think, at some point, maybe. Who knows? Larry Starstruck. Who did Dutch feel he had the best matches with?
Uh, well, when I started, when I had a lot of energy, I had some great, great matches with, his name was Ted Oates. And I always give Ted Oates credit. And because he was such a smooth worker, he learned from the best. His brother-in-law was called Dickie Steinborn. He was a tremendous worker. Lied like a son of a bitch, but he was a great worker. And then and we more or less taught each other the ropes in the ring. I think 1 year I probably wrestled him 300 times in 1 year. So, and then my next one was Randy Savage. I was starting to try to get the hang of the techniques. I was trying to get the minor flaws out of a style. And then I learned, and everybody I worked with, I learned from. Not necessarily that they taught me, I just learned from them. With Savage, I learned that he was wide open. He was 100 miles an hour, 100% of the time. And if you left and I've said this before in interviews, if you left your aggression back in the dressing room, he just beat the shit out of it. I mean, he dropped those elbows, and I mean, he's knocked me out with it, dropping those elbows. And I used to wonder, how is he knocking me out? Because he'd get on that second rope or whatever, he'd get on top rope and he'd come off. But when he'd hit me, the impact of the body would make it go down a little bit, the ring. And then my head would go up. And then all of a sudden the mat's coming up, my head's going back. And that would knock me out. But I had some great, great matches with him. Another one I had great matches with was Lawler. And the thing with Lawler, you don't got to worry about Lawler. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of things, but what he does is never wasted movement, never. And actually with Jake, I learned a lot with Jake too. Because you remember the short clothesline he used to do?
Yeah.
I was in Fort Worth, Texas. When I first went to Texas. And I worked with him in the first match one night. And I gave him the short clothesline. People popped. They didn't know me. They knew Jake, but they didn't know me. And he loved it. And we came back to the dressing room and he said, "Hey, man, you know that voice he's got? But you're talking to Jake." He said, "I love that move, man." But he didn't say nothing about stealing it. So he stole it. And the next time I saw it, he was on WWF with that clothesline. Somebody said, "Hey, you do the same clothesline as Jake does, don't you?" I said, "No, Jake does the same clothesline I do because he stole it, but I didn't have any kind of copyright on it." So, and he did it good too. He did it very good.